There are phases in a man's life. There are times and there are moments where our thoughts and our thinkings will not be able to help us to demystify what God is doing in our life, because we are human. And if anyone would take note, most of every time when I talk about this, every of my teachings, in the little way God has blessed me, and in the plenty of His mercy, you would observe that most in what I talk about can be related to the insufficient of man. That is, a man is a limited species. He will continue to err, he will continue to make mistakes, he will continue to fall until he tap into the sufficiencies of God. And this sufficiency of God, I've said before that these things can be grouped into so many groups. A man who continue with lust will eventually die of lust if he's not being helped by God. Covetousness, lying tongues, even the prophet Isaiah has to be poured through the coal of fire. So we need to understand that, not that we are an extremist or a fanatic, but because of what God has shown us and where God has taken us from, and through the journey of life that God has made us witness, and by experience here, we can say that a man is limited. He is a limited version of himself. And from the fathers of faith, I've also been a partaker of their encounter, of their impartation. And I've had encounter through some men of God I've not even met in person. But by listening to them, reading their books, and by honoring their services, one has become part of their tribes. And by so I can tell you that a man who despises another man's effort, he himself will not amount to anything. No matter how many materials he puts into works, the moment you are not going to honor other people's sacrifice and cherish what they have to give you in this perilous time that we don't even have sound doctrine. When you go into the books of Philippians chapter 4, it's talking about the unity of the body of Christ. Paul, an epistle of God, a servant of the Most High, he made it clear in that epistle. He said so many things about what we should always look after unto. And even there are some other verses in the Bible that spoke about good and glad tidings of a worthiness of what you should hold on to. He said it, that when you see people of such calibers, when you see people of such morals, when you see people of such honesty, he said you should look unto these things. But we are in a generation, in a time, in a perilous time, that sound doctrine has become diamond. So when we see a man that has paid the price, to become a sacrifice that God has looked unto to purge fire, you should hold on to such man, because he has class. Before you begin to despise leaders of faith, captains of faith, those who God has entrusted with some sacred secret that even you as a man will never come into that dimension all the days of your life, because of your negligence. Please give other people the opportunity to see Christ through other men of God who are qualified. God bless you.